don't get none of it.
Nope. Alright, y'all. I'm making biscuits tonight. I've got in my bowl 2 cups of self-rising flour, a half a stick of butter I just grated. I thought it was videoing it, but I didn't mash the button, I guess. And a cup of heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream. So here I'm going to mix everything up and show you how I make my homemade biscuits. I had a friend that killed some hogs this past weekend, and I got some homemade sausage. So I'm getting ready for some homemade sausage biscuits for the next few days. I make homemade biscuits a lot, and this is very easy to do. If you don't make biscuits at home, you really need to try this recipe because it's really easy. Now I can see right now my dough is not wet enough. I am going to go in with maybe another 1/4 cup of cream. We'll try that, and if that's not enough, we'll add another 1/4 cup. I believe that's going to get it. I'm going to clean my spoon off and get ready to go in my hands to mix it all up. I've got me a piece of parchment paper down to try to make it easier to clean my countertop, but we're going to see how this works. This might be a disaster. We'll go in with a little bit of flour. And we're going to dump our biscuit mixture right on top. You're just going to work it and make it all come together. Yep, that's going to be a disaster. Let's see. Sit that right there and hold it down. Sometimes trying to take shortcuts are not the best thing to do. Alright, let's see here. You just mash your dough all together. And I'm going to get my rolling pin and we're going to roll it. Okay, I took the parchment paper up and just dumped everything on my counter. Now I'm going to roll my dough out. If y'all watched any of my biscuit videos before, to get fluffy biscuits or flaky biscuits with the layers, you fold your dough. Fold it into each other. Roll it over. Put a little more flour on it. If it starts sticking, put it on your hands. Roll it again. I usually do this 3 times. Roll it in and roll it in. Flip it over. Do this one more time. And it gives you the flakiest biscuits and good biscuits. Roll it again, roll it again. A little more flour down. This will be my final roll, and then I'll cut my biscuits. And the butter that I put in here, that's what makes your biscuits rise. It steams and your biscuits rise. And once I bake them, I'll show you. Hopefully I'll have a good enough biscuit I can show you the layers. Roll it a little bit more. It's not quite as thin as I want it. Alright. I got it about a 1/4 inch thick. Maybe a little more. But we're going to go with a little bit thinner biscuit this time. Now, let me find my biscuit cutter. Here it is. And I'm putting them on my baking sheet. And I know we all have one that looks like this. It's called Used and Used a Lot. But I am going to line it with tin foil and spray it with some cooking spray. Alright, I'm lining it with tin foil. I'm going to spray it good. With all that butter, these biscuits shouldn't stick. And I'll cut my biscuits out. That's what it looks like after I've rolled it out. And once I cook it, I'll show you how it looks once you can see the layers. Y'all, it's easy to make biscuits at home. It don't take but a few minutes. And they're probably a lot better for you than what you're buying at the fast food chains. And I eat there occasionally, but I just like to do my cooking at home. Now with what you've got left right here, roll it again. Get your dough balls, roll them all together. Roll it back out. And then I call this one the ugly biscuit because it's not enough to roll out and cut with the biscuit cutter. I mean, it is enough to roll out, but not enough with the biscuit cutter. So this is my biscuit. Alright, these are going in a preheated oven at 425 for 12 to 15 minutes. Once they're done, I'll come back and show you what we got. Oops, I got it turned too low. One thing I do on my biscuits before I bake them is I take a little heavy cream in my cup and a brush the top. Gives them a nice pretty brown top to my biscuits. Nobody wants a white biscuit, you want a good brown biscuit. Just a little bit, it doesn't take much. Biscuits and butter and heavy cream is what our ancestors was raised on. Now all you have to do is add sausage to these in the morning. Alright y'all, I got my biscuits out, and that's what I'm talking about, the flaky layers. Now that's a good looking biscuit right there. I'm getting ready to split it open and put some butter on it, and we're going to taste it. Alright, I'm getting ready to open me some homemade pear preserves that I made this summer. Got my biscuit buttered, melted. You want pear preserves on yours? I'm going to put a little pear preserves on my half. And some on Neil's half. Because I'm eating a biscuit tonight. Oh yeah. That's a good biscuit and easy to make. What do you think?
Good.
Okay. Well, we're going to enjoy our biscuits. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.